All right, so for our next step, what it says here is to calculate the actual deflection with only the live load, but I'm not going to do that because in the last step, it didn't even meet my dead and live load. So there's no way it's just going to meet the deflection of my live load. So I'm actually going to then now select the next beam higher. So I'm going to go to my beam diagram and then, or beam table, and the next one higher, and I'm going to try W12 by 16. So I'm going to see if that meets my deflection constraints. Okay. So first thing, I guess first is to make sure that your ZX, so the original ZX that we found, which was the ZX that we need is 16.25 inches cubed. So for W12 by 16, let's double check that that's is high enough. So the ZX on it is 20.1, so we are good. So this is less than the ZX of the beam, so we are good. And now we are going to check the deflection max for dead load and live load. So we're going to do that again. So we're going to repeat those steps. So remember, it's 5, let me write out the equation again, 5WL4, 384EI. And just so you know, that equation is right there. So deflection max, you can find that on your table that I've given you. Okay. So let me start plugging in some of my numbers. And I'm doing dead load and live load. And I'm just going to drop my units for sake of time right now. And now I need to find the I for my W12 by 16. So I'm going to go to this table, W12 by 16. Ooh, I have to go back. W12 by 16, and my I is 103. So my deflection is 0.79 inches, which is less than 0.9. Awesome, so I can still use a W12 by 16. So now my last step is to check my deflection max for just my live load. So I'm going to use the same equation, but my uniform load is the only thing that's going to change. I'm just going to use my live load. So that's 67. That's my uniform live load. Still got to do my unit conversion. Everything else is the same. Still the same I because I'm checking this beam. And I get a deflection max of 0.52, which is less than 0.6. So I can use a W12 by 16. Okay, so these are kind of both of my answers here. I want you to circle all of these. And there you go. So for this question, our interior beams, they would be a W12 by 16. That's all the interior beams would be that size. So your next step is to do the exterior beam either on your own or with a partner, following the same similar steps that we just did.